The Descendants spin-off, which is the fourth installment in the Descendants series, centers on a fresh cast of fictional characters, some of whom will probably be familiar to you. But are we going to see the original cast again in some capacity? Let's find out. The story of the new movie, which is a spin-off of the original series, revolves around Red, the daughter of the Queen of Hearts, and Chloe, the daughter of Cinderella. As Chloe and Red need to go back to the past to stop a chaotic event from unfolding, a number of well-known faces appear throughout the film, even though a large number of new characters are introduced. Notably, Ordon Prep Principal Uma, played by China Anne McClain, makes a triumphant comeback. As the school's principal, she unites all the kingdoms, including Wonderland, in the opening scene of the movie, which starts a series of events. McClain claims in an interview that although she was anxious to reprise her Uma role after Boyce's passing, it turned out to be a form of therapy for her. The story is far from over, so look forward to seeing Uma as Ordon's principal again in the following chapter.
That's Principal Uma to you.
Brandy plays the Disney princess again in the Descendants movie, following her role as Cinderella in the '97 TV adaptation of the same name by Rodgers and Hammerstein. She not only portrays Chloe's mother in the movie, but she's also the mother of Chad Charming from the first Descendants series. Beolo, like Brandy, plays the same part as King Charming in the Rodgers and Hammerstein television film from '97. Baker expressed excitement about what will happen next and said that exploring the royal couple's new realm in Descendants: The Rise of Red was particularly enjoyable. Melanie Paxton, who plays Fairy Godmother in the fourth film, is the only other original Descendants star who's back. She made appearances in each of the first three films in the trilogy, and she returns to the role in the fourth. She will, of course, rejoin McClain in the upcoming fifth installment.
Hippity, boppity, boo.
There's a much longer list of actors who aren't playing their parts from the first three films. The royal wedding was the last time we saw them, for the sole purpose of allowing the original VK kids to wrap up the story without the late Cameron Boyce. This edition was animated. As the first installment of the episodic series, this animated special was widely acknowledged as the last Descendants for them. However, as Dove Cameron pointed out in an interview, the Descendants universe is vast and allows for more stories to be told and more kids to share their experiences. In the fourth installment, Uma does mention Mal by name, but this is the first time that Dove Cameron has not appeared on screen in the franchise. Nonetheless, the fourth film still relies heavily on her main character from the first three, since it's revealed that Mal persuaded Uma to become the new principal of Ordon Prep, and Uma's invitation of Wonderland VK to the school is what initiates everything. Sophia Carson was rumored to return to the role of Evie in Descendants 4, albeit for a single scene. However, we could not find her anywhere. Is it possible she'll return, this time in the fifth installment? Unfortunately, after Cameron's passing away, none of the original actors expressed a desire to return. Still, fans hope to see them once more. Since only China Anne McClain and Melanie Paxton have made a comeback for The Rise of Red, I sincerely hope that the majority of the original cast members will eventually make a comeback. Furthermore, they might return, albeit not as permanent characters like the lead in a film or television show, given that we already have a new plot and new cast. The most they could do was make a cameo or minor appearance. Sarah Jeffrey revealed that she is very satisfied with where she left things in that setting. In response to the question about whether she would return, she continued by expressing her wish for the future of her character. She mentioned that Audrey was lonely and that she hoped to have some fun and make some friends in the later phase. On the other hand, Mitchell Hope gave us some hope. There's always a chance, he said, and he would be thrilled to take it. He had a lot of fun portraying Ben. Despite the absence of a few original cast members, the film will feature a large number of new faces in their place. Malia Baker will portray Chloe Charming, the daughter of Cinderella and Prince Charming once more, while Kylie Cantrell will portray the title character Red, the daughter of the Queen of Hearts. Malia and Kylie demand and more Descendants films immediately. The actresses who play Red and Chloe respectively mentioned in an interview how down they are for more films in the adored franchise. Regarding a possible sequel, Baker remarked, "Here's hoping." She's also mentioned how much she would personally like to see more of Cinderella and King Charming's land explored in a different movie. She was thrilled that Chloe and Red didn't have a knight in shining armor in this movie, but she would be willing to consider Chloe's romance in a follow-up. The same thought was expressed by Cantrell, who said it would be so fun to see Red have a love interest. She would also be interested in seeing Red's new relationship with her mother. Dara Renee, who plays Yulana, Ursula's younger sister and Uma's aunt, Yulana torments people around her in an attempt to surpass her evil big sister Ursula at every opportunity. Renee, who played the antagonist in Descendants: The Rise of Red, made light of her bias and said that she would be thrilled to see a Yulana origin story. Rita Ora will return to her role as Red's strict mother and villainous ruler of Wonderland, the Queen of Hearts. Ora says that after spending so much time perfecting the art of shuffling and flipping cards to play the Queen of Hearts, she has a newfound love for card magicians. After filming Descendants: The Rise of Red, cards flying everywhere, undoubtedly I now use it as a party trick, she said. She is thus unquestionably prepared to make a comeback in a future film.
Off with her head!
Cameron Boyce, who tragically passed away, is the only one who will be there, but in a very different way. There's a picture of Carlos up high in Uma's newly decorated office. Uma urges Fairy Godmother to support the initiative in remembrance of Carlos, telling her that he would have approved of the idea of welcoming Wonderland residents. Despite Boyce's passing in 2019, Disney and the Descendants series continues to pay tribute to him. In 2021's Descendants: The Royal Wedding, Mal faced Carlos's absence and was rewarded with a charm bracelet, honoring the original villain kids. As she's come to see the good in people, Uma talks about the significance of revising Oradon Prep's acceptance policies and making an offer to Wonderland in The Rise of Red. Although the fairy godmother is hesitant, she declares with emotion that it will be Carlos's honor. Descendants: The Rise of Red pays tribute to Boyce's legacy, which is heartwarming, as it appears that his influence extended beyond Disney to those who knew him or were admirers of his work. After the release of Descendants: The Rise of Red on July 12, 2024, there hasn't been any formal confirmation regarding Descendants 5 as of yet. A sequel's decision is usually influenced by a number of variables, including the popularity of the most recent release, fan interest, and the franchise's creative direction. However, the fourth installment's ending offered some hope for the future. Red and Chloe accomplished their goal, and the Queen of Hearts remained good throughout, happily greeting her daughter Chloe in the crowd. Cinderella is also alive. Similar to how the endings of the first two Descendants movies were left open-ended, Uma's voiceover at the end of the movie suggests there may be more to the narrative and emphasizes that messing with the time's fabric always has consequences. Cantrell joked that the time travel undoubtedly has a butterfly effect, adding that she was positive Red and Chloe changed something when they returned. Renee also hinted that no matter how well-intended you are, something will always be out of place when you travel back in time and ruin the future. Perhaps Red caused more harm than good. It's unclear if this new tale will be live-action or animated, but given the circulating rumors that Disney is wrapping up the Descendants franchise, they wouldn't have given us a lead-in to a sequel if they weren't committed to making one. It'll be interesting to watch if Disney sticks to the canonized version of the series and makes Descendants 5 or something close to it. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.